In a big move 2 days before Prime Minister Narendra Modi heads to the United States, the government has cleared two massive military helicopter deals with Washington, deals that will boost majorly the Indian Air Force's warfighting capability. The twin deals worth nearly $3 billion have been cleared by the Indian cabinet and will soon be signed with the US government and US firm Boeing. The order is for 22 Apache and 15 Chinook helicopters, two of America's most legendary war-fighting choppers actively involved in operations in both Afghanistan and Iraq. Both deals have been delayed for over 2 years but have finally been pushed through. All right, so these are the deals that have been pushed just some hours ahead of the Prime Minister heading to the United States to take part in the UNGA. In fact, these two big deals are worth nearly $3 billion that have been cleared by the cabinet now. They will soon be signed between the US government and US firm Boeing. The order is for 22 Apache and 15 Chinook helicopters. These are two of America's most legendary war-fighting choppers, which are actively involved in operations in two of the most toughest places at the moment, Afghanistan and Iraq. Let me now go across to Shiv Arur for more details. Shiv, this deal was stuck for over 2 years. What has finally prompted it to go ahead?
Well, there were negotiations between India and the United States, Maha, and these are two very crucial deals. Like you said, $3 billion worth for 22 Apache helicopters, which are basically attack helicopters, and 15 Chinooks, which are heavy lift helicopters, which the Indian Air Force will actually use in places like Ladakh and the Northeast, and also for humanitarian relief operations. Now, these are two iconic, war-fighting helicopters that are currently in service in Afghanistan and Iraq. The Indian Air Force has been very keen, to get these choppers on board because, as we've constantly reported, there's a great deal of obsolete helicopters in service with the Indian Air Force, which continue to crash. Many of the helicopters are very old and not safe to fly anymore. So this has been a demand for the Indian Air Force for a very long time. Interesting that it happens just a couple of days, Maha, before Narendra Modi leaves for the United States on his second official visit in less than a year. Of course, it's not a coincidence. As we all know, high-value military deals of this kind are always, diplomatic sweeteners, to stir up the excitement and the sort of sentiment before a diplomatic visit of this kind, even though the Prime Minister is not going there specifically on a state visit. But the simple fact is, this is something that the military has wanted for a very long time. It's been delayed for many years, for one reason or another. But the cabinet has finally cleared those two deals for attack helicopters as well as heavy lift helicopters. And I've just gotten off the phone with our sources in the Indian Air Force, and they're very happy. Better late than never, they always say. And they're hoping that this deal will be signed very, very soon. Well, absolutely something worth taking to the US as the Prime Minister heads there, because it's a huge and big deal between the two countries, nearly $3 billion, wherein the order is for 22 Apache and 15 Chinook helicopters, much needed by the Indian Air Force, as Shiv explains there. Many thanks, Shiv, for getting us those details.